right, so I'm here with Mark, Bryce, and Kent here again, talking about what we're planning on happening at the gathering at Moon Lake at August 12th and 13th, 2022 at the Altamont City Park for the Treasure Hunters Rendezvous, I call it. There's going to be a lot of great people from all over the country, from the area, talking about treasures and all kinds of different things. But Mark, I want to know, what speakers, who have you got lined up to talk to us? What's going to be happening, kind of the itinerary for the speaking part of it? We know that there's going to be the picnic in the park on Saturday, but we got speakers and Kent speaking at Moon Lake, Kent and Dave Bullock's giving a little storytelling about the Spaniards and what went on there in the UNAs in that area up at Moon Lake on Friday during the day. But Friday night and Saturday night, what do we got lined up? What do they expect to hear?
So Friday night we have Scott Peterson that's going to talk, and if you go on our Facebook page, we've got bios on each one of the speakers, and Terry and I will talk a little bit about the one we don't, and the reason we don't have a bio on him at the end of this. But Scott,
so let me say real quick,
yeah,
we got a mystery speaker, and man, we don't want people to know who he is, because we don't want millions of people showing up. We can't handle all these people, you know.
That's right.
So you're just going to have to come and see who this mystery speaker is, and you know, you need to. He does not have time to tell all his story, what has happened, you know. So you need to, if he's at the picnic at the park, and I think he will be, man.
Supposed to be.
You need to pull him aside and start, and I'll tell you some specific questions to ask him, so you can start getting some specific stories, and you're going to be blown away. Okay, so let's talk about the other speakers.
Okay, we'll go back into the mystery speaker a little bit as well. Scott we've known Scott. We've talked about some of these guys before, but Scott, we have been friends with him for years and years. We met him through the powwow, and him and his family have been unbelievably successful at finding stuff, and he's going to be there, and he will have some of his artifacts to show a little bit here and there.
So he's kind of going to tell his story of what they found and how they found it and all that?
Yeah, I suspect I've talked to him the other day. He's going to talk about Spanish in Utah, Spanish up in the UNAs, and different places. And, you know, doggone it, to talk to somebody that's actually found stuff is pretty cool, because he's pretty much the real all of our guys are really the real things in their different fields. Dave Bullock, Dave, we met Dave last year at the powwow, and we were so impressed by him that we've gone up to his house and did a video up there with him. He's a great guy, heck of a nice guy. He's been in this gold mining forever. He's been in storytelling forever, and he is going to speak Friday night, and he will do a lot of his stories on there. And then Saturday day, he is going to MC the picnic in the park and I got to tell you, we were talking about it, and Kent and I have talked tons about the Saturday picnic, and we were just thinking there would be different people gabbing. He said, no, Mark, you can't do it that way. I've been involved with this. And he said, let me MC it. And I said, Dave, it's all yours. So Dave is going to MC that and just kind of control that a little bit, and pick you get the speakers from him, and then we've got Ryan Byrne.
So wait a minute, let me back up to Dave. Sorry.
Yep.
So Dave, for people don't know, his dad and grandpa are the ones who uncovered the Lost Roads mine that originally Cincy Rhodes had, and they clear back in the 50s. They was trying to buy that map for $10,000, but she ended up wouldn't sell it, but she did let him make a copy of it. And they went looking for the Lost Roads mine, and they found something. That's Dave's story, and he's got one heck of a story. I don't know if he'll tell that whole story at this gathering or not, but
well, he's got plenty of time to do it.
He's got some great stories to tell. So that's Dave Bullock. Okay,
well,
go on to the next one.
And back at Dave, when I was originally talking to him earlier this year, And he says, I don't want you talking about the Lost Roads mine because it's not lost anymore. So I suspect Dave was going to talk about that. And to be honest with you, I want to hear it too. I do. I want to hear about it because I haven't heard very much about it. But so
it's an amazing story what happened to his dad and his grandpa. So yeah.
And then we have Ryan Burns, is the owner of the Space Wolf Research Ranch, and it's right next to the Skinwalker Ranch. And
right next door. I mean, they're bordered.
Yeah. And Ryan, besides just being a heck of a nice guy, we were chasing down a speaker from the ranch, 20 years ago. I mean, a long time ago. And I tell you, this was way before this new owner owns it. And it was just impossible. And we found Ryan. He came and spoke quite a few years ago at our powwow, and very knowledgeable, written books, and he knows his way around that whole thing. So he'll be a good one. And then a friend of all of ours, Utana Jessup, is going to be speaking on giants. She's got a lot of subjects she can talk on, but Terry, help me here, you know her better than I do. She is really perfected this giant presentation.
So she is one heck of a researcher, and one of the things how I first met her is because she was interested in Brewers Cave and the giants and the ancient records of Brewers Cave, and she's going to be talking about that. But she researched and learned a lot about the giants throughout the country and what's been hidden and whatnot, and that's one presentation you do not want to miss.
It's amazing. I've heard it a couple of times. Hopefully she'll maybe be selling some CDs on that. She was last time I saw her on her presentation. I don't know about that, but her presentation is fabulous. And like Terry said, heck of a researcher, and she knows her stuff. Okay, you want to go into Saturday day, or we talked enough about that?
No, let's hit Saturday day again.
Well, so Dave, at the Altamont Park, there's a, what do you call it, where we had it? A pavilion. And well, just over where we had the food trucks last year, there's a big covered area with picnic tables, very big. I mean, I imagine they fit the whole town there when they have their day. And we've got the whole park, and so Saturday day we will go over there where all the picnic tables are, and we're going to have a BS session that you won't believe, we hope. And there's going to be a lot of guys there that are incredibly interesting.
You told me it was an educational session.
It is educational. It is. Whatever way you want to put it.
Your tall boots.
Yeah, wear your boots, but there's you know, last year I remember coming over to the park, and you know, so we were planning on starting at 5. I got over there by maybe 3 to help, you know, put Kent with the microphones, and we were having an ordeal with the damn screen, and there were guys in the parking lot with our artifacts all over the dang place. In fact, I came upon you, Terry, and you was talking to the guy with that real cool bug out vehicle, and
yeah.
So there was a lot of that. So we're hopefully going to put that in the park during the day, because we tried to do it during the speeches and it just didn't work.
Have enough time.
Didn't have the time.
Didn't have time to meet people, and
No.
didn't have time to just have a little conversation. So that's why we decided to do this little
Yeah.
picnic in the park, and it'll be an all-day thing.
You might get famous. Terry might have you on a video. So
And if you got a story to tell, you know, come talk to me. Let's get it on video.
that'll be pretty cool. Okay, so Saturday day. So this would be, you know, we will do that from 10 until we get burned out, but probably, if we're lucky, 10 to 3 or 4, maybe, because we're going to plan on starting over at the pavilion at 5, and we will go into Dave Rosenfeld, also known as Alien Dave. He got up and did a open mic last year. Dave, if you go on our webpage or our Facebook page, Dave's been on every radio, TV show you can imagine.
He's a great speaker.
He is. He knows his stuff, and And we love Dave. We've known him for quite a while. Then Dave Bullock will speak again on Saturday night. And I suspect that's when Dave will get real serious about not the Lost Roads Mine, the Roads Mine, and a bunch of stuff like that. And Dan Lowe will be speaking Saturday night after. And do you know what he's planning on speaking about? He's a historian, and to be honest with you, I don't know what he's going to be talking about. It'll be treasure related for sure.
Whatever Dan wants to talk about.
Yeah, whatever Dan wants to talk about. And then we have the mystery speaker, and they lined us up 2 weeks ago today. Today's Friday, the July 1st. Today.
So tell me, so you went and met the mystery speaker. What did you think?
This is what I wanted to say about it.
Let's hear.
23 years doing the powwows now, and we've learned through hard knocks that sometimes we've been surprised when speakers have got up and said things that have not been exactly what we wanted them to talk about or to say. And so we've learned over the years that we try to go out and meet these people, go to lunch with them or meet with them, and we went and met with this mystery speaker here 2 weeks ago and had lunch, and Mark and I sat there for hours hypnotized by this guy and what he was telling us. It was just the most fascinating stuff you've ever heard in your life. If he comes across 1/10 what he did when we took him to lunch, you are going to have an experience that you'll remember the rest of your life. So
I just want to say that I interviewed him, probably a year ago maybe, and he spoke nonstop for 8 hours, but everything he told me I can't release to the public, you know. He was non-stop, and it was fascinating stuff. You know, he's going to be talking about stuff that he doesn't care if the public knows, or maybe he'll be talking about stuff that, because it's a small setting and it's not clear to the ether, to the internet, you know, you'll be hearing some things that you're thinking, wow.
You help me, Terry, because I don't know that much about this subject.
No, let's not say anything.
All right.
Let's not say anything, because this is tied in with the CIA stuff, the military. This is some crazy stuff. You know?
It is.
So let's not say you're just going to have to come to the powwow to hear what's going to be said. But I guarantee you, you know, come and talk to me, and I'll point the mystery speaker out to you, and I'll even tell you some questions to ask him, because you're going to get, man, you do want to miss this.
I was going to say that I didn't get a chance to go to lunch because he didn't want a large audience to be there, but Mark called me and blew me away, because he said, Bryce, this guy was so interesting that Kent hardly said anything the whole time we were there.
That's true.
And so he must be an amazing speaker.
He is.
My wife won't even believe that.
Yeah, well, I was there. I would just say, you know, I've talked to 2 or 3 people about our mystery speaker, and they said, oh, I got to meet him. And I said, I want to corner him myself. I mean, he's fascinating guy. I don't know what else to say, and I'm not hyping him up. I'm telling you, the guy is a fascinating guy.
You're gonna be blown away at the stories he can tell you, what's been going on, what's happening, what he's been involved in. It's just absolutely amazing.
The guy has been around. I think seriously. I mean, obviously we're not, but we could have him as speaker on both nights and fill the bowl. He could cover it.
Yep.
He could cover it.
I was going to say that I spent years researching what he's going to be talking about. I'm really excited about hearing what he's got to say, because there's been quite a government cover-up on it.
So I do want to say this. Sorry to interrupt you, Kemp, but I do want to say this. There has been a government cover-up, but guess what? He infiltrated in the government and got information out of the government top secret, and I think he'll be sharing some of that with us some.
Well, and in my years of research, I actually went to some of the government people that were involved and got some information to verify that the story was actually true. It wasn't just made up out of somebody's hip pocket or something. I was able to verify names and different things in the story and that. And So I'm really excited to hear this. So
Me too.
So, go ahead.
Well, I think that. Ooh, I almost said his name. I came close. I'm not going to do that. I think he's staying at the fairgrounds, and you know, I would just love to corner him, but I've told a lot of people the fairgrounds are crap. It's flat and it ain't nice.
It's got gravel in it.
It ain't
it's great
nice
for a camper.
Yeah, but
I think there's going to be some stories told.
Boy, I tell you,
I think you want to, even if you're not camping there, you might want to
bring a chair
over there, bring a chair, and just sit in and listen.
We told him in my video to bring some firewood and a chair.
Well, no fires over there.
No fires over
but
there? Okay. Bring a flashlight.
I told the one lady, Patsy, that helped us get the dang park. We were screwed last year, and she just become such a great friend. And I said, you know, it might be a good place, but I don't know how often you're going to be at the campground. There's stuff to do. As crappy as a place as it is, you're not going to be there anyway.
That's just a place to spend the night.
Yeah, that's all it is. But last year we had brought our chairs out and had some good BS sessions. But I tell you, you're going to have to fight this guy off for me, because and Kent, like Kent said, we were sitting like this for 2 hours, and you know, it was time to go. And I mean, you're taking up a table at a restaurant, and we could have gone a lot longer. We could have,
with no problem whatsoever.
No problem.
So let me detour you here again. You know, this is at the park. Bring your own chairs.
Yeah.
Bring your own chairs.
For everywhere you go. Up at Moon Lake, bring your chairs. At the park, bring your chairs. You know, one night last year it got cold at night.
This is up in the altitude. You know, Altamont's up in the mountains kind of area. It gets cold at night. You know, it might be hot during the day, but when the sun goes down, it gets cold. So be prepared. Bring blankets, bring coats, because you don't know what the weather, the temperature's going to be.
Week before it flooded out the campground at Moon Lake.
Last year.
Mudslides into the river last year. We had a perfect couple of days when we were up there last year.
Yeah, we lucked out.
Our deal was perfect.
It was perfect.
But still, when the sun went down, it got cold.
It did.
Bring a coat, bring blankets.
The park, by the way, is very nice, and so if you want to sit on the grass and that kind of thing, you can do that. Bring a blanket to sit on. Bring blankets in case it gets cold to put on you. We didn't have a real problem with any bugs last year, but you never know. You might want to bring your mosquito spray.
Bring your awning if you want to sit it up somewhere, all over. That's a huge park.
Yeah, it's a big park, but do bring chairs, bring some jackets, bring some blankets, whatever you need to make you comfortable, so you don't have to leave in the middle of it because you're uncomfortable.
And that happened to a few people. I noticed the sun went down, it got cold, and a few people got too cold, and they had to.
Friday night got cool.
We've actually had that problem with our powwows over the 23 years we've had. That's one of the biggest complaints we've got at the powwows, is we had to leave because we got too cold. And it's always, we told you to bring your blankets and your jackets and that, and people who don't, some of them are, that's what makes them upset, is we had to leave and we didn't want to. Well, don't be in that boat. Bring things to keep yourself comfortable and warm. Also, we want, one thing we did want to mention on these videos is there'll be several things to spend your money on. That was another complaint, or not a complaint, but last year we plead poverty. We don't charge tickets for any of this. This is free. We've been doing them all for free. We ask for donations because we pay for things out of pocket. It's not free to put on. We're into this thousands of dollars into our powwows, and we hope for some donations from people to keep this going. If Mark and I end up thousands of dollars in the hole, there's not going to be any more powwows. And so we're gonna be doing some things to help raise money for our cause, so that we can keep doing these. And we'll be selling drinks at the park, and sodas and water. We'll be asking for donations with some jars. We're gonna do some raffle tickets for some real nice things. If you have something you want to donate for the raffle, we don't want junk and garbage, but if you've got something that's new, or nearly new that you think people would really like, and you have no more use for it, bring it and let us raffle it off to help raise funds so we can keep doing this. We have to rent the park. We have to
Porta
potties. We have a lot of expense that goes well over $1,000, and that's out of pocket because we don't sell tickets or do anything where you have to pay for anything if you don't want. I had people come up to me last year after we asked for donations, and they said, we're sorry we didn't bring any money with us. We would like to have donated to this, but they didn't have any money, and that's getting away. That's getting to be a way of life nowadays, is you do everything with a credit card or something, and we won't be taking credit cards. So bring some cash with you so that you can. There will also be food trucks there and available. So if you want to buy something to eat or something to drink.
And that food trucks has nothing to do with us. We don't make any money on that.
That's right.
We don't make
any money off the food truck.
For you guys, it's a convience for you guys, so you can have a way to get some food.
Has Greg told you if any more are coming besides the guys out of Duchesne?
I don't know. Greg doesn't know. Patsy's chasing somebody down there, chasing her down, and we said yeah, and then we haven't heard back. So
tell about your sponsor.
Yeah, oh yeah, we have a sponsor this year to help us a little bit. Pinnacle Construction. He's on our poster, and we'll have him his logo and stuff. It's a pretty cool logo. He's got mountains, and if you look close, well, just look close and see what you can see in there.
The bottom of the page,
yeah. You can't. It's got a Bigfoot on the mountain, so that's kind of cool. That was for us, I think, originally. But we really appreciated him doing that. We really. Pinnacle Construction.
It's helped.
It's helped a ton, and we so appreciate it. We really do. We want to keep doing this. We have a lot of fun doing it.
It's great because you get to meet a lot of great, interesting people. What you wouldn't get to meet any other way.
Some of the most. Oh, for sure. I have a list of not very big, under 5 of the most fascinating people I've ever known. The mystery speaker's one, and there's a couple of them. Others that I've met from the powwow, just fascinating people. Got to be good friends, and that's what I look for. I really do, meeting new people.
Well, and we've talked about other venues. Used to be up in Morgan for years, and last year was kind of a stretch to get out and have it someplace else. But there's not a whole ton of hotels, motels. Mark told me that they had a opportunity to maybe rent the Egyptian Theater up in Ogden.
Yeah, Kent did it.
And so we've knocked that around because we could have a couple of days and put a lot of people there, and there's hotels and motels, but it's not up in Altamont.
It's not in the mountains.
It's not in the Uintas. The heart of the Spanish treasure stories, the heart of where all this UFO activities going on with Skinwalker Ranch and Blind Frog Ranch, with the Bigfoot sightings that have been going on. There's just so much things going on, in this little area. So
that's why we went up there. One of the speakers from last year called me 2 days ago, and we were talking, and he's pretty outgoing, and he did a talk on Bigfoot. And he'll stop people and ask them. And he said he was at a restaurant the other night, and there were 5 different people he talked to up in the basin. Everybody up in the basin seen stuff. And he said out of those 5 people had seen stuff in the sky or Bigfoot or whatever. That's an interesting area. Very interesting area.
Wherever he goes, he asks one question. If it's who I'm thinking about,
it is.
What's the most amazing thing that's ever happened to you or that you've seen? And he was asking people at the lodge that last year, and it just blew me away because there was one gal that she goes, I don't think it's happened to me yet. so everybody's kind of goes down that line. He was a very interesting guy.
Yeah.
I think he'll be there too.
He is coming.
So man, he'll be
there Saturday day to talk.
Mark, so he's got some great stories, So hit him up. So
hit people up. Dang it! Don't just sit on your. Hit them up, talk to people, and when you come and grab us, say hi. Really.
Definitely. That's one reason we're having this picnic in the park, so we can meet and greet and get to meet people. I was disappointed last year I didn't have time to meet people, and I want to. So yeah, come say hi.
Say hi.
Like for me last year when we were doing all of this stuff, I was born out in Vernal, But Greg and Yvonne got talking to them, and she heard my last name, and next thing I know, she's back with her ancestry thing. She's like, we're second cousins. And it's like, for me, I mean, they're just great people. I was blown away, and I met new people, and I'm related to them.
Cool.
So.
Hey, so with this said, man, we hope to see everybody at the Moon Lake Gathering, August 12th and 13th, 2022 at the Altamont City Park. And that's a wrap.